All right, welcome back to day 109 of the fishing challenge. We have been on fire. Last 3 videos we caught sac-a-lait every video. Guys, let's keep the streak going. Let's keep this winning streak going. I just hooked up a shiner, and guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna go right back out there to try to get day 109 sac-a-lait. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Come on. Right out there. Boom. Right out there. There's a big one. Right out there. We're going to let our line slack. Get some slack. We're going to reel it in. And then we're going to put it down. Just like we've been doing. Look. Just like this. Multi-pole fishing. You want to have both poles within easy reach. Because you never know which pole is going to get a bite. Okay. It could be this pole. That has a bigger shiner on it. That pole I threw out there has a small shiner on it. Okay. We don't know which one. They don't tell you ahead of time. You just have to be ready. All right, and we are ready. This is how you do it. Multi-pole fishing. You stand in the front. You look at both your poles. You got easy reach. Whichever one gets a bite, set the hook. It's just that easy, guys. Just that easy. Up in the air. But shiners get eaten. They get found. And I would guess part of it is because that type of shiner that we fish with, I'm not a biologist, I don't know the name of it, the shiner, but that type that we fish with isn't natural to these ponds. So I think the reason they always get eaten is because the fish that are in here don't see that type of shiner, because it doesn't naturally occur here, and it's sort of, to them it's like a piece of candy. You know, to us, like I like pralines, you know, pecan pralines, and so you know, you offer me a piece of candy, that's something different, you know, that's something I don't get all the time, so I'm gonna take it. You know, the fish are the same way. You offer them a shiner, the shiner is not native to the pond, and so they know they won't get another chance. So that's why it's very hard for them to say no to it, you know, to pass it up. It's very rare. If they're hungry at all, they shouldn't pass it up. Okay. And you know, if they're spawning, they'll get right up next to the bank. I say that shallow, it really isn't. When they do their shallow water thing spawning, they can get right up next to the dirt, you know, like 3 feet from the bank. So keep that in mind. You got to figure out where they are in relation, you know, how deep they are. That's why 5-minute fishing school, I gave you guys a method. I don't know if you saw my short called 5-minute fishing school, my series, how to catch your first fish. Yeah, go watch it. I show you there how to do a depth check, to use a tape measure and a cork and a sinker to check your depth. The whole point of doing that, checking your depth, is because you always want to know how deep it is, because let's say you know the fish are, let's say, 8 feet from the bank, or where that cork is. That cork is approximately 15 feet from the bank. You know for a fact that the fish are 15 feet from the bank, okay? For a fact. You know that's how far from the bank they are. But if you know in that exact spot how deep it is, if you have an accurate, you know, guess, how deep is it right there, and you actually know, that it's 5 feet, well, then that helps you tremendously, because you know where they are in relation to the bank, but you want to set your cork anywhere from a 1/2 foot deep to 4.5. Obviously, because you want to stay somewhere in that middle of the water column. You don't want it up on the surface, so I say a 1/2 foot. You don't want it on the surface, and you also don't want it at the bottom, because sac-a-lait feed up anyway, and catfish are the ones that are on the bottom. Unless you're targeting catfish, if it's 5 feet deep. If you're not targeting catfish, don't fish 5 feet deep if it is 5 feet deep right there, because then your shiner is like sitting right on the bottom. Don't do that. Let's work it back, nice and easy. If you do this too quick, and when you're recasting, if you do it if you horse this thing in, the power bait comes off. So just a little free fishing tip for you. Don't horse it back in. Just nice and easy. Reel it back and get ready to recast. Okay, now we're ready. Do we have power bait? Well, the fact that we got power bait's important, but what's more important is look at the shiner. You always want to check your rig every time. Check your rig. Make sure your rig looks right. If it's cockeyed or something, fix it. All right, so we fixed it. It's got some power bait on there. Okay, let's go. Right out there. Right out there. That's a good spot right there. Right there. Uh-oh, guys. Ooh, guys. I looked down at my bucket of shiners, and guess what? Guess what we got? Day 109 fish. That's how we like to do it on the fish camp. That is a slab. Look at that fish. Slab city. Ooh, buddy. Look at that, guys. Bam. That's how we like to do it on the fish camp. We're patient. We put our shiner out there knowing that if we leave it out there, guess what always happens? Something always finds the shiner. I'm telling you, Louisiana, fishing with live shiners, you can't beat it, guys. You cannot beat this non-stop action that we get in these last few days. Bam, we are on fire, guys. That's how you do it right there. It's Fish Camp TV, catching these big sac-a-laits, these slabs they call them. That's how you do it, guys. Right there. All right, guys, make sure you leave me a comment. Tell me what you think of these last few videos that I've been posting, catching these big slab sac-a-lait. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me if you go on sac-a-lait fishing this spring. Tell me anything, guys. Just leave me a comment. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time on Fish Camp TV.